Hi, everyone. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
I'm Antony.
Today is our day 2 of our Good Eats article for the month of July. Good Eats is what it sounds like, delicious food. Yesterday we introduced the history and something about the techniques to make Karaage food in Japan. You and I know it better as fried chicken, but fried chicken doesn't sound nearly so good as how we described the Japanese style of making fried chicken.
Yeah, 我们昨天呢跟大家介绍到了日本的灵魂食物唐扬鸡嘛，我们简单的说明一下它的历史。最早是在16世纪的时候，葡萄牙的传教士把油炸的技术呢带到了日本，然后后来到了1950年代的时候呢，这种唐扬鸡呢开始流行了。在中京市刚刚的宇佐市这个地方，就非常非常多唐扬鸡的店家都开出来了大家都可以喜欢吃唐扬鸡。那我们今天要继续介绍更多跟唐扬鸡有关的内容，尤其是我们昨天提到这个 Grand Prix， 不晓得还记不记得，就是唐扬鸡大赛 Who will be the champion? We'll be talking about this today.
Okay, welcome back. This is now part 1, our first main paragraph for today's lesson.Not surprisingly, the first word is the topic of the 2-day article. Karaage is such an important part of Japanese cuisine that there is even an annual fried chicken competition called the Karaage Grand Prix. Now, some of this information we gave you yesterday, and so what we should review here, Japanese cuisine is normally used to talk about a geographic style of food. Not always, but very often. German cuisine, French cuisine, Japanese cuisine, for example. And the Japanese, we told you yesterday, dating back to the 15th or 16th century, I can't remember which, a long time ago, for hundreds of years, they've been making their own fried chicken, karaage. So now they even have a competition or contest to see who makes the best karaage in towns and cities throughout Japan. And a big contest, a big competition is often called this Grand Prix, which comes from the French for a grand or a great contest.
没错，所以在这边的话，我们第一段的第一句话呢，就看到了很多我们之前看过的东西Karaage is such an important part of Japanese cuisine. 老师刚刚特别提到 cuisine 这个字呢，是跟地理上的有关系的这种料理的意思。这个料理呢，前面往往会接上是 Japanese cuisine、German cuisine、French cuisine， 会有个地方的地区性的这种料理。好，用 cuisine 这个字。There is even an annual fried chicken competition. 这边的话 annual 就是年度的，一年一次的annual. 好 annual fried chicken competition. 当然老师刚刚有提到另外一个字 contest, C-O-N-T-E-S-T, contest 或是 competition 都是指比赛的意思。Called the Karaage Grand Prix. 好，就是这个日本唐扬鸡大赛。
It determines who makes the best karaage in the country. It, of course, is just before, in the last sentence, the Karaage Grand Prix. This contest determines is to make sure of something or to settle a question, to make a decision about something.Yeah,
所以这边的话 determines 好，这个地方指的意思就是指决定了。这个大赛呢会决定 who makes the best karaage in the country， 到底全国谁最会料理唐扬鸡，是由这个大赛来决定的。determine 这个字，这个动词很重要哦。
In previous years, locals voted to decide the winner. When we see previous, it simply means past tense. In the past, locals, people in Karaage voted, not people from Tokyo or Hokkaido or any other area, but locals voted to decide the winner. After all, it's their town or small city where this style of chicken was developed with a Japanese taste to it. So they felt that they should decide or make sure who the winner should be.
Yeah, 所以这边的话告诉你说，在往年呢 in previous years, previous 的意思就是在过去，你也可以讲 in the past 也是可以的。当初呢，是当地人 locals， 这边指的应该是中京市 Nagatsu City， 这边中京市这些当地人呢 voted to decide the winner， 是当地人去投票决定说，我最喜欢某某师傅做的唐扬鸡这样子。
However, but starting from this year, official tasters are also included to decide who wins the top prize. I don't know how you can have an official taster of any kind of food, but we do have official tasters who decide which coffee beans are the best, which wines are the best, which seafood is the freshest and tastiest, and so on. But the sentence does not say that only official tasters will decide. It sounds to me they will invite some official tasters from other cities, from other regions of Japan, to also vote who's the champion, the Karaage champion.
没错，所以他这边要告诉你一个转折哦。However， 然而呢 ，starting from this year， 从今年开始。Official tasters， 就是这些官方的这些评委也加入了评选的行列 are also included 干嘛呢 to decide who wins the top prize 来决定说谁是最后的赢家。
Okay, that's a good introduction to our Day 2 material. We'll take a short break and come back and continue. Okay, welcome back. The judges make their decision based on the color, flavor, temperature, and juiciness of each karaage. So whether they are a local or some very famous chef somewhere, and maybe not just in Japan, they will make their decision. That's a phrase that simply means they will decide. They will choose based on, according to the karaage's color. What is it? An attractive color or colorful maybe? Flavor, of course, is taste. Temperature. When it is served to you, is it a cold dish? Is it piping hot? It's so hot you have to wait before you can put it in your mouth. And juiciness. We talked about bursting with flavor. Juiciness reminds me of that. When you bite into it, the liquid or fluid comes out of the food and fills your mouth. Oh, I want some karaage.
I'm getting hungry. Okay, 所以我们看这一段的第一句话，他说 The judges 指这些评审委员make their decision based on 的意思就是指根据，老师刚刚用 according to 这个用法所以他告诉你说这个评选的标准是什么 based on the color, flavor, temperature, and juiciness of each karaage. 所以这边有包括了像是颜色漂不漂亮啊，是那种金黄色还是炸得黑黑的，对不对？ Flavor 当然不用说，这是味道。 Temperature 老师刚刚用到一个很妙的一个字叫做 piping hot。有想到排气管那种很烫很烫，一放到嘴巴里，好烫，没办法吃，还说都冷掉了不好吃，所以温度也是一个重点。And juiciness 就是指是不是很多汁很可口 of each karaage， 指的意思就是说这些唐扬鸡如果符合这四个重要的标准的话，基本上就是好的唐扬鸡。
They also consider the price value and harmony of all the ingredients.They, of course, are the judges, whether they are locals or come in from other places in Japan or even overseas. They consider the price value. How much did it cost to make their karaage, and is it worth it? Also, this is a very Eastern idea, to me anyway, the harmony of all the ingredients. Pay. Do they fit each other? Do they work together?
没错，所以在这边的话呢，我们看到很酷除了刚刚前面4项之外 ，they also consider the price value， 指的就是指这个成本效益，你不能用很贵、超级贵的食材，然后卖很便宜的价钱，这样不行，犯规了。 and harmony of all the ingredients， 也就是这种各个食材的这种协调性。好，这个东西老师说是一种很东方的思维哦，就是说这些食材这样搭在一起 ，whether they complement each other， 好，能够互相映衬呢，还是互相去抢味道呢？好，还是这种感觉。
Right. To this day, Nakatsu remains at the center of the Karaage world. Here, the center will mean the center of that world means it's the most famous and most important place for Karaage. That's where it started, and it became popular right away. Restaurants or shops sprang up, remember? And it's still going strong, as we say. It's still very, very popular. And many of its Karaage shops have claimed the grand prize throughout the years. So this is not the first year we've had this contest, or they have had this contest. Over the years, many of the shops in Nakatsu have won. They've claimed the prize. They have won the prize.
没错，所以这句话也告诉你说 ，to this day， 时至今日呢 ，Nakatsu 好，就是这个中京市。Remains at the center of the Karaage world. 好，它仍然是唐扬鸡世界的中心哦。And many of its Karaage shops， 很多在这个中京市的这种唐扬鸡店呢 ，have claimed the grand prize throughout the years. 好，在多年以来，往往都会得到好这种唐扬鸡大赛的大奖。
Okay, we'll stop here for a moment anyway. Take a short break and we'll be right back. All right, our final paragraph of day 2 on Karaage. In order to win the prize, Karaage masters must keep improving their recipes. Well, this is true for any contest. You cannot produce something which is so-so if you want to win a prize. And this is a real challenge because it's already a delicious food. How do you make it more delicious? How do you improve the way you make it? That would be improving your recipe. That's what these masters, and that will be famous or popular chefs, that's what they have to do if they want to win the prize.
没错，我们来看这一段哦。如果说今天已经是很棒的东西，你要怎么样更精益求精呢？他就说了 ，In order to win the prize， 为了要赢得这个唐扬鸡大奖呢 ，Karaage masters， 好，这些唐扬鸡大师。Must keep improving their recipes. Recipes 就是他们的食谱，不断的去精进他们的食谱，做一些微调，让这个味道更加的出色。Improving 这边指的意思就是指改进，不断的改良他们的食谱。
Shinichi Sumi, for example, spent 15 years perfecting his Karaage recipe. This is what I call dedication. He only had one thing in mind for 15 years to make his Karaage better each year.
Dedication 这个字呢，就是积极的奉献、付出的意思。为了一件事情，通常我们会讲说什么 one's dedication to something， 好，它会用 to 这个介系词去搭配。Dedication 的拼法是 D-E-D-I-C-A-T-I-O-N， 好 ，dedication 就是奉献。在这边的话，我们举了一个例子哦，Shinichi Sumi 这位大师呢 ，for example, spent 15 years perfecting his Karaage recipe. 这边要特别注意一下这个字哦 perfecting. 除了这个字，我相信前面那7个字 P-E-R-F-E-C-T 你会常常听到人讲 perfect. 但是如果你讲 perfect 的话呢，它是形容词指完美的。如果说让什么东西更完美的，要当成动词的话，我们会把重音放在后面 perfect。所以这边要念成 perfecting. 好，在这边的话就是花了15年的时间去让他的这个唐扬鸡的食谱更加的完美。啊，这个大师呢叫做角新一 Shinichi Sumi.
He cooks each part of the chicken at different temperatures to achieve the ideal tender texture. Mr. Shinichi, he doesn't just throw a chicken into a pot and add some flavor and here you go. No, he studies it and each part of the chicken will have different parts of meat Some of them are thicker than others. They have different tastes or more or less fat. Well, he knows his chickens and he knows his karaage, the best way to prepare them, different temperatures in order to reach or achieve the ideal, the perfect tender texture. Now, texture is the feel of something. When you pick up something with your hand, it has a texture, it has a feeling. Tender is soft and gentle and inviting.
没错，所以这边的话，老师特别花了点时间介绍一下 texture 这个字的意思，就是质地，可能摸起来的感觉，或者放在嘴巴里的那种口感啊，等等，都是 texture 质地的感觉。然后还有前面这个 tender 这个字，指的是柔软。如果说今天你提到 tender 这个字的时候，你都会想到是那种很舒服的这种软，好，那种感觉。所以整句话他说 he cooks each part of the chicken， 好，他是把鸡的每一个部位呢，用不同的 at different temperatures， 用不同的温度去烹调。为了要怎么样 to achieve the ideal tender texture， 为了要达到好每一个部分都能够质地非常的柔软，非常的好吃。
Okay, and now we have another chef. Then there is Koji Moriyama, the first champion of the Karaage Grand Prix. If he was the first champion, I believe that means here that when they first put on the Grand Prix, Mr. Koji, he was the winner of the very first Karaage Grand Prix.
所以这边的这句话就告诉你，另外一位大师呢是 Koji Moriyama， 就是森山浩二这位冠军，他是当初第一届唐扬鸡大赛的冠军哦，他是 the first champion of the Karaage Grand Prix。好，他就告诉你说他呢又是怎么一回事呢？
And he is still entering these contests as we learn in the next sentence.He adds secret fruits to his recipe to create unexpected flavors. You cannot be a good chef if you are not creative. Otherwise, you just produce the same thing over and over again and again, and it may be delicious, but it's not challenging. It's not art. It's not good enough to be considered the best in your field.
没错，所以老师这边提到说，其实如果要当成很厉害的厨师的话，基本上创意是必须的。You have to be creative. Creative 的拼法是 C-R-E-A-T-I-V-E, creative 就是有创意的。在这个地方，他就告诉你说 ，He adds secret fruits， 好，还有加了一些神秘的、秘密的，加了一些不同的水果 to his recipe， 好，不让人家知道他的秘密。To create unexpected flavor， 去创造出一种完全意想不到的口感跟风味。
And of course, he has to try these out. He has to experiment as part of his creative process as a chef. All right, I'm going to cook it the way I usually do, but this time I'm going to marinate it in a berry juice. You know, maybe a blueberry one time, maybe cherries another time, maybe both of them a third time until he feels, oh, this is the one that cannot be beat.
没错，在这边的话，老师用到另外一个字 experiment。experiment 就是实验的意思，它的拼法是 E-X-P-E-R-I-M-E-N-T。experiment 就是做实验，比方说今天呢，我可能试试看，我把这个鸡肉先放在莓果的这个酱里头，可能今天是用蓝莓，明天是用樱桃，好，用不同的方式去制作看看，哇，就找出了最棒的这个口感哦，决定了就是它是这个最神秘的 the secret fruits， 就是包含这些东西这样子。
I won't charge him anything if he wants to see whether his creation is suitable or not.
没有错。I'm so willing. I'm more than willing to be the taste tester. Yeah, taste tester 就是试吃员哦。如果说今天有人要免费试吃的话，我一定第一个报名，因为我很乐意在帮这个忙。
Okay, and our final sentence for today.With so many masters in the competition, the Karaage Grand Prix is always a tough contest every year. Again, we're using the word master to refer to a chef who is of the highest degree, the highest level. We can talk about painting masters, Van Gogh and Vermeer and Dali, one of my favorite, people who are considered really great at what they do And not just a few people, but we say universally, almost everyone agrees that they're the top in their field. And so, of course, that's a very difficult or challenging contest every year.
所以最后这句话告诉你说 with so many masters 有这么多的大师，老师刚刚再介绍一下，可能不同的这种领域啊，都会有些大师，像是绘画的大师，老师很喜欢达利或是像是其他的一些厉害的大师，有这么多唐扬鸡大师在参加这个比赛呢 with so many masters in the competition, the Karaage Grand Prix 好，这个唐扬鸡大赛 is always a tough contest every year. 我们之前呢有提到 competition 这个词在第一段的地方，我们在这边呢碰到了这个 contest 好，就是都是指大赛的意思。所以说每年的唐扬鸡大赛呢始终都是一场硬仗，好，就是很多各方高手去角逐这个最后的冠军哦。
Okay, hope you've enjoyed today's lesson, but we still have vocabulary review, so stay put. Okay, we're ready now for that review. Our first item is annual, and you can use the word yearly. Year, 加 ly. Yearly is once a year.
没错，这边的话 annual 或是 yearly 都是指年度的这样的意思。
Our second word is determine, and in this case, it means to solve a problem.
Determine 这边的意思就是决定，好，当然也可以是 solve a problem， 到底谁是赢家，谁最厉害 we solve the problem. So we determine who's the winner.
Our next item is previous, and that we can say former, F-O-R-M-E-R, or earlier, more early.
Previous 好，或是用老师的这个 former 好 earlier 就是早期的，在往年的意思哦。
Our fourth item is harmony, and here it refers to cooperation or the complementariness of tastes, that tastes go together well.
所以这个地方它指的是 harmony， 指的是协调性，好，都是食材各方面能不能够互相的去映衬，去衬托出彼此的风味。
Number 5, ingredient is a part, or you can say component of something, C-O-M-P-O-N-E-N-T, component.
OK， 所以这边 ingredient 其实就指的是食材，当然还可以指的是一道菜里面的各个的部分。好，一个一个的部分，我们可以使用刚刚老师说的那个字 component。
Number 6, claim is to say that something is your right to do something, or you win a contest, you claim the victory.
所以 claim 在这个文章里头是指说他有得到这个冠军 claim the grand prize or Grand Prix。 这边的话 claim 会让我想到我们每次去机场的时候，我们一下飞机就要 claim our luggage，
yes.
就去拿，好，就属于我们的东西，用 claim 这个字没问题的。
Number 7, tender, when we talk about food, simply means soft, easy to chew.
Tender 尤其是指食物的时候，就是指非常非常柔软，非常好咬，好入口。
Okay, number 8 is tough, and actually, by coincidence, it's the opposite of tender when we talk about food, but here it means something very difficult or demanding to do.
Yeah, 这边话 tough 的意思，本来呢刚好就是 tender 的相反词，就是很硬。那在这边的话呢，我们如果是放在讲到是比赛的话，就是一场硬仗，好，非常难打的 a tough contest.
Okay, that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed. Boy, am I hungry.
真的好饿耶，越讲越饿。
Well, have a good next meal whenever that is for you. I'm sure we will. And we're back with you a couple more times this month, and we look forward to every time we're with you. Until then, bye-bye.